Forex is actually large because it can accommodate the kind of trader that you are, from day trading to swing trading to scalping and position trader. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to be talking about swing trading. Now, there's something that swing traders do, where the day traders exit the market thinking the market will reverse. The swing traders actually hold their position because they understand that there's actually a retracement move. Now, swing traders actually do their analysis from the daily time frame. Now, for the sake of this video, let's get a clear picture, and we know that this market is actually bullish. It's actually bullish in the monthly time frame. Now, all this move we see here, this move here, this move to this downside here, is actually to grab liquidity. Now, let me zoom this closely. I'm doing this analysis from the monthly because I want us to get a clear picture of what the market did here. Okay, let me take this to the weekly time frame so that the picture become clearer. So I'm going to be looking at odd euro, Australian dollar. So this is it. Let me do this. Okay. Let me just take it from here. There's actually a double trend line break here, so I'll tell you what happened here. It's actually a double trend line break here, which I'm going to be talking for the sake of this video. That's going to be what I'm going to be centered on. Okay, this is it. Now, if you look closely here, there was no actual clear pullback. Whenever you see something like this here, where you don't see a pullback, it shows that the market, a good pullback where the market resolves down, it shows the market is actually going to be coming back to that zone. And this was what happened. It actually came back. It came back to it in the future at this zone here. See, this was a clear pullback, but some folks will be taking it as if the market is about to reverse. It's not reversing, it's actually a retracement move. I'm expecting another break here. So okay, so now we have a clear picture. When we check closely here, there is no a good pullback here. So now we are expecting this market to take this high here. Take this up. This high here before retracing back again to the zone. That's what we're expecting before anything else. But the clear picture I want us to get is here. is this zone here, that there was a retracement move. There was a what retracement move. This retracement took the liquidity that was resting here. I was resting at this what bottom. So now as you can see, there was no clear retracement move to the downside. So now this gives you a clear picture of what the market did. Of what the market what did here. No clear retracement move. A break and then a pullback. Now this is not really my major concern. There's something I want to show us now. Since you know that the market is actually bullish, let's go down to the daily. Let's say we want to swing trade and look for little retracement move and all of that. So if I'm to scale, do swing trading rather, immediately the market gets to this point, don't forget it's a retracement move to the downside. Here at this point, I see a market reversal. So immediately the market gets to this point, there's something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going down to the lower time frame, which is the 4 hours. Don't forget, I said in my trend trading strategy, I look for entries in what area of what value. Now this place is an area of value. This place is an area of value. I have a clear picture. Sorry. Of what the market is doing in the what monthly. So I know we are on a retracement move, and the market actually touched some zones here. Some zones here. Let me zoom this down. Some zones. This is one of them. We have two major swing points. Two major swing points. Now, since we know this is a major swing point, there's something we're going to be doing here. In this move here, let's focus on this first. Let me take this out. Let's take this out. So let's focus on this first. Now if you can look, there's a trend line break here. If you look closely, now how to draw a trend line break, you start from the pullback. Now this is how we swing trade in the higher time frame. Now if we go down to the 4 hours, there is something that is clear here. But before we go down to the 4 hours, I want us to point out these zones. This is one of them. Immediately there's a trend line break, we want to reverse the market. Let's go back down to the 4 hours. Don't forget we entered at this point. We entered at this what? At this point. So once we're moving down to the lower time frame, we see an opportunity here, which indicates what? An entry. And these are major swing points. These are major swing points where the market touched the zones. So one of them is this. One is this. This was the first pullback. Don't forget, like I said, we start from the first one, not the main initial zone where the market touched the trend line. We start from the second one, and this was the second one. This was the last one. Now, if you look closely, you see a BOS here. Like I said in the last video, if you've not watched it, please, I would like you to go check it out. When to exit a trade. Now, it will enable you to understand what we're doing in this video. I'm going to be leaving the link in the comment section where you can get an access. Now, if you look clearly here, you will see something. There's actually a break of structure here. This is the break of structure. I know you'll be asking how did we know this is a break of structure? This took it out. Let me remove this thing and give you a mini trend line and show you what the market did. Trend line. Okay. There was a trend line break here. See? And now don't forget, whenever we have a break of structure, it's an indication that the market wants to what? Change structure. Now, the first thing we want to know is that this market is about to change structure. Now, the first thing you want to note, early warning signs that shows that a market trend is about to change is this first break of structure and inner trend line break. The first one is the break of structure and the next one is trend line break. Now, if you look closely in this video, you will see something happened. As swing traders, let's say for an example, we enter the market here at this zone here, this first zone here. We enter the market here. The next thing we wait for is a break of structure. Either you're entering there or you're entering here. So this is an entry. This is an entry. So either you enter there or you enter here. Let's say you enter at the second point here, or you enter at it, depending on your what, your strategy. The first one is an aggressive entry. The second one is actually a breakout entry. A pullback entry, sorry. Like why there's another opportunity here. There's another opportunity here. If you miss the first move, this is actually a breakout entry. It's actually what? A breakout entry for you. So we start doing our trend line from actually the pullback, which is this first point here. Which is this what? First point here. Then finally the breakout. Why we call this a breakout is because there is no other zone where the market is expected to respect. You see three major swing support zone has been broken, and this is another entry opportunity. So let's say for example you enter at the pullback. You enter at the pullback, and you first thing you want to do is draw your trend line and make sure your market will respect that zone. So this was the pullback. This was the first zone the market respected. Now if you look closely, you will see something here, an inner trend line move, which is what a mini trend line move in the what inner trend line. Immediately that trend line is broken, there are two things you look out for. One, a trend line break, and two, a break of structure. They happen at a time. Now when you look, that's the first indication that this market wants to move in an opposite direction. The third one you want to put in place is what? Price action. The third thing that tells you that the market wants to reverse structure is the price action. Now if you look well, you will see a price action here. This market failed to break below this low. This was our last low. Don't forget, in the trend line that is moving down, we say lower high and lower lows. Now if you look closely, this market did not come below this low. It just pulled back and started reversing to the upside. Just pulled back and started reversing to the upside. So this tells us that this market has broken structure. At this zone, what you want to be doing, because we know the major monthly weekly trend line has not been broken, it's just a retracement move that will just touch this major trend line and start taking us lower. What we do is we close partials. We take partials here. If you want to hold the trade, you're fine. If you don't want to hold the trade, but once market gets to this zone, don't forget the market is a game of probability. It might break above this major trend line in the weekly. Let me take it back to the weekly. So I think the picture is clearer here now. Okay. So yeah, this is the weekly. Let's see if the picture becomes clearer. Yeah. So this is it. We know that the market's trend line has been broken. It's just the daily trend line that has been broken. It is not the weekly. So now, if we enter into day trading and other trading strategy, some traders were thinking, whoa, this market has broken structure in the daily. That means this market is about to reverse. No, the reversal is just to what come to a zone where they would get an what a better entry in the weekly. This was where the retracement move came up to. This was where the retracement move came up to. So if you're a swing trader, we always know that the market structure is bearish, but we know that whenever we see a trend line break in the daily, it's not an indication that the market wants to reverse completely. No, the market is still what bullish. In this case, we are don't forget we are just doing you're just trading based off what price action. The market initially is bullish, but just we are making profit from the retracement move, knowing that the market is bullish. But we know that what the market is doing is coming to this zone. It's coming to this zone to mitigate their positions. Let's see. It's coming to this zone to what? To mitigate their position. So what we did was we are going to be trading out of what price movement. And once market came back to this zone again, it touched that trend line about three times, stopped out a lot of folks, and started coming downward lower. There's another thing here you need to note. But I'm going to be drawing it here. There's something I'm seeing here. Draw it here. Something I'm seeing here. Now, if you look closely, you see something. There's a trend line break here in the weekly. Now, this indicates that the market wants to change structure. But if we go down to the daily, we'll see something else. That the trend line, first of all, happened in the daily before it happened. The trend line break actually happened in the daily first before actually happening in the what? In the weekly. But the daily has already told us that, hey, this structure has been broken. So it's an indication for us to what? Pull out from that trade. Okay, let's see if we can get this out. I'm seeing some trend line move here. Okay. Okay, this is it. So the first trend line break is a sign that the market wants to change structure. Now, if we check closely, I see two major swing points. Two major swing points. One is this, which serves as an entry. One is this one, and the next one is this. Okay, and the next thing we saw was the trend line break. Now, don't forget, after this trend line break, the market retraced and came back to the swing point, major swing point in the weekly. Don't forget, daily hasn't broken, but the market did not just reverse. It was after the weekly was broken that we got a reversal. Take note. This was the weekly trend line, and after it was broken, that was when we got the major reversal. So trend line actually happens like it's for swing trading. Whenever we get the trend line break in the daily, it's not an indication for us to what exit the trade. The best time to exit the trade was when we saw the weekly break what structure, and we got a pullback here, and we know that the market wants to what reverse. It all boils down to understanding what the market is doing. It all boils down to understanding what the market is doing. So, but I would say this thing, understand one simple truth. Let me point it out. I see another trend line break here. uh, Understand this simple truth. Now take note, whenever a market wants to reverse, there's another thing that happens. After the break of structure and the trend line break, you will notice something, some movement of price action. There's another thing we use in basing price action, and that thing is what? The candlesticks. If you check closely, you'll see the candlesticks in this momentum, candle momentum in this zone, they are very little. So whenever the market wants to reverse, you will see the bullish candles becoming bigger than the bearish candles. I've talked about this in some of my videos previously. So you see the big candles becoming small and becoming bigger, the reversal candle becoming bigger, which is the bullish candle, and the bearish candle becoming what? Smaller. It's also an indication for you to know that this market is about to what? Change structure. And it also tells you the strength of the trend. Now if you look closely, you see that this market trend is not what? Strong. Now let's reverse it back and see the other entry that we got and see the candles that happened before the move down. That was the first entry on the daily time frame. Let's see something here. Now if you look closely, you see the momentum of these candles are far bigger than the last one we saw. It shows that the strength of this trend is better off than the other one, and it shows how long the market will last. How long the market will last. So this is it. Let me see something here. So these are the momentum of the candles. So immediately the market started going into this zone. If you notice, they started becoming smaller. Why? The bullish candle becomes what? Bigger. The reversal candle becomes what? Bigger. Look at this zone here where the structure was breaking. The momentum of the candle was very big. It was very big. Shows that the strength of this trend, the reversal is about to happen anytime soon. So we see a break of structure, the first one, and the second one we see a trend line break, the mini trend line break, the inner trend line break, which is this, and the last one we saw was what? The momentum of the candle becoming big and the bearish candle becoming what? Smaller. So don't forget to subscribe to this video, like, share, and leave a comment in the section below. And if you want to get sponsorship for this video, also a product you want us to talk about or any other stuff, you can just contact us. Peace.